I'm Shigeo Ijuin. I'm a torture sommelier. I help others get true justice. If you commit a crime, you'll be punished.
You murdered 4 innocent people. I hereby sentence you to death.
What?
We lived in a society of law, but some people were above the law.
Dad, do something. You gotta make this go away. This'll hurt your business, idiot. Fine.
Some used power and money to make things go away.
Good job, Dad.
Shh! They just hired people to take the fall for them. They didn't even have to show up to court. But not on my watch. How does it feel to be burned alive? My job was to serve true justice to criminals. Today, I was meeting with a new client. Here, drink some tea.
Thanks. I haven't had hot tea in a while.
He was a homeless man living under the bridge, but that didn't matter to me. All I cared about was justice. So, tell me what happened. I was a pretty good listener.
I've heard about your work. I want you to avenge my wife's death.
His eyes, it was full of hate and anger.
Many years ago, I borrowed some money from some bad people and ran away from home. I spent the last 20 years on the streets.
20 years? That must have been tough.
It was my fault, but then I met her.
He met this woman. She was also homeless. You live around here?
Yeah, lost my home and everything.
They got along really well. Soon they started living together. She was like a wife to him. They couldn't fit into society.
Man, I never thought I'd find true love at this age.
Same here. I'm so grateful.
They weren't wealthy, but they were happy again. He made a living collecting cans.
$1 per meal. It's not much, but I can manage.
His wife cooked for him every day.
I worked my ass off when I was young, but this isn't bad either.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been this happy before.
They were homeless, but they were happy for the first time in their lives. But then, something terrible happened.
What do you want?
Watch out!
Some delinquents came into their tents out of nowhere. The leader stood in front of them with a smirk. Then he said,
"We're volunteers. We're here to take out the trash."
What?
Then the beating started. The delinquents started beating them up.
Die, you little shit! We don't need your kind!
No!
Stop!
They were armed and young. He stood no chance against them. He was almost beaten to death. Then...
Stop, please! Stop!
No!
One of the guys struck his wife in the head as she tried to protect him, and they just kept going. Somehow my client made it out alive, but...
Wake up! Wake up! No!
His wife wasn't so lucky. The guys who did this got arrested. Turns out they were college students, but their leader is still out there?
Yeah, he paid someone to take the fall for him, and he's still out there.
Turns out the leader was from a rich family. He paid someone to take the fall for him.
I got no money, but please, I need your help.
The client got down on the floor and started begging me. I was disgusted. I wanted to make the guy responsible suffer. Sir, I can only imagine what you're going through. I know she meant a lot to you. No worries. I got you. I'll take care of this. I had no reason to say no. I was a torture sommelier. This was my job. This guy beat the system, but he's not getting away from me. Time to serve some justice. I'll show him. Actions have consequences. The client had already done some research on the guy responsible.
What the? Ah!
Time to die, asshole! Kids these days, they upload everything online. Makes my job easier. I dragged him back to my torture chamber. Wake up, shithead!
Ah!
I got the equipment ready and sprayed some cold water on him to wake him up.
What the? Who are you?
Don't speak. I know what you've done, and I know you feel no remorse. The thing is, this idiot actually uploaded the video of the beating online. What the hell is wrong with him? He was still screaming, but I didn't care.
Screw you!
I said keep your mouth shut. I started nailing him to the cross. I was going to crucify him. Ouch! Ouch! Shut up. Still got a long way to go, buddy. This is how Jesus was crucified. In order to crucify someone, you had to put 3 nails in each arm and 1 nail in the leg to hold up the victim's weight. I jammed the nail into his forearm, elbow, and wrist. It prevented the bone from breaking and kept blood loss to a minimum. And it made the victim's arms go numb. Then you bend the legs at a 45-degree angle. Ah! Then you jam the nail into the ankles. Now all we had to do was pull the cross up. Come on! Ah! Ow! All done! Crucifixions were pretty gruesome in real life. Most paintings of Jesus on a cross weren't very accurate. My shoulders! My arms! Once the cross was up, the victim's weight pulled him down. Ah! Which dislocated the shoulders. Then the victim starts struggling for air. The oxygen level in his bloodstream starts to get lower and lower. Then the muscles start to tense up as the body runs out of oxygen. Hey, asshole, last chance. You ready to pay for what you did?
Yes! I'm sorry!
You sure?
Yes! Yes!
Okay then. Time to die then.
No! No!
There was nothing he could do to make this right. All I could do was make him suffer and put an end to his miserable life.
Help!
Hours later, his heart stopped beating. He drew his last breath. Back in ancient Rome, it took about 2 to 3 days for the victims to die. But I guess we're not that strong anymore. He didn't last very long. Let's clean up.
Yes, sir.
By the way, due to its cruel nature, those with Roman citizenship were exempted from this punishment. A few days later, I ran into my client while I was out for a walk. It's done.
I see. Thank you for this. I think she can rest in peace now.
What I'm doing is illegal, I realize that. Many would disagree with my way of dealing with things, but for some, this is the only way to get real justice. It may not be pretty, but someone's gotta do it.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out our other videos. And please subscribe to the channel.